What's up, YouTube? Wait a minute, y'all. Wait a minute. It's my birthday, man. It's Uncle Mike's birthday, and I'm doing reactions on my birthday. I'm looking for something, and I forgot what I was looking for. What's up? What is up, man? Check this out, man. Check this out. I'm on this TD Jakes thing, man. I'm on the TD Jakes personally, and I apologize if I'm wrong, but he didn't have no heart attack or whatever. Whatever he did on that stage was perfect timing for him to actually fake some type of, they call it a health issue. It was a health issue, y'all. Now he's saying he had a heart attack. My dad had a heart attack. My dad had a quadruple bypass. A person, I don't know, maybe they got some new stuff in the hospital, but if you have any type of heart attack, mild or severe, you don't get out the hospital so fast. And when he did get out the hospital, they were saying that he just had a health issue. You can look back at some of the videos and stuff. As soon as he got out the, thank everybody for praying. Pastor TD Jakes had a health issue. They didn't say. Everybody kept saying, "Well, what happened to him? What went down?" And anyway, I think TD Jakes has a little bit of sugar in his tank. I don't know whatever way to say it on my birthday. I think he has did something he had no business doing in his church to other men, or whatever the case may be. And I think he's hiding it. I think he's hanging around Diddy, because both of them got stuff in the closet. Why are you hanging around Diddy? If you in the church, I would think that he would stay far away from Diddy and all the drugs and drama and all the negativity that Diddy does. That's just my opinion. Now, let's see. TD Jakes testifies against Diddy in court. You better do something, bruh, because Diddy was out to use you so you can be a upstanding person. TD Jakes also, and it's nothing wrong. It's nothing wrong with being, if that's what you want to call it. It's nothing wrong with that. But you got a son that is going that way also. It's too many things pointing that don't add up to say, oh, well, this is all coincidence. Nah, bruh. You're doing something you ain't had no business doing, and you're using your church to cover it up. Now you stepping down and letting your daughter take over, because it's about that money. It's about that money. Hey, y'all hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. It's Uncle Mike's birthday. Let's check this bad boy out. Yeah.
Hey, how y'all doing out there? I got some old crazy news for y'all. TD Jakes is allegedly going to be testifying against Diddy in his upcoming trial. It's been reported that that's the main reason why he stepped away from his church, because when these freaky details come out to the public, his reputation going to be tore all the way down, but he don't want the church to be tore down along with him.
Helping story that we're following now, Bishop TD Jakes, the leader of Dallas megachurch, the Potter's House, announced today that he will be stepping down. Jakes is a world-renowned pastor. Remember, he suffered a heart attack in front of his congregation last November. Well, this morning, Jakes said that his daughter and son-in-law will now take the lead. Fox 4 Stephen Dial is in studio tonight with more. Stephen, welcome.
This was a shock to many in the religion.
And it's funny, man, because they saying that it's a heart attack because he said he suffered a heart attack. But when he was getting out of the hospital, they didn't write it out as a heart attack, man. Y'all need to go look that up, man, for real. Oh, man, these reporters, these people report lies. They don't care. They just reporting. Cover the story. That's all it's about. If it's a lie, still cover it.
Jake said that his daughter and son-in-law will now take the lead. Fox 4 Stephen Dial.
Even the daughter and the son-in-law said that he had, thank you for praying for my dad after his scare, his health issues. They never, and everybody was saying, well, what happened to him? They running tests still that we don't know. Yeah, stuff like that. Now all of a sudden it's a heart attack. Get out of here, man. Y'all look up heart attacks. Once, if a person had a heart attack in hospital, they admit them into the hospital. How long it take for them to get out of the hospital? What's the quickest? I call you back, man. It's bull. It's bull.
Is in studio tonight with more. Stephen, welcome.
This was a shock to many in the religious community. Bishop T.D. Jakes has been a spiritual advisor to presidents and a religious voice to thousands. Now he says it's time to pass the baton to a new generation.
This is a beautiful moment for me.
From the pulpit Sunday, Bishop T.D. Jakes announced that he was stepping down from leadership at the Potter's House, the Dallas megachurch he founded in 1996 and has led ever since.
I cannot afford, especially after November, to risk something happening to me and you be sheep without a shepherd.
This is video from the service Jakes is referencing in November. It wasn't until months after his medical incident that he confirmed to the public he had a heart attack. Now, 5 months later, he told his congregation he had been preparing his daughter, Pastor Sarah Jakes Roberts, and his son-in-law.
Do y'all remember, do y'all remember, right here, wait a minute.
He had a heart attack.
Right there. Once he went into the hospital, because I guess he was carried off in the ambulance or something. And then 2 days later, we were seeing this and him getting up to go home. He was outside that was 2 days, man. I don't know. I gotta do more research myself.
Now, 5 months later, he told his congregation he had been preparing his daughter, Pastor Sarah Jakes Roberts, and his son-in-law, Pastor Torrey Roberts, to take the lead.
I talked to the board because I was concerned. I have seen too many men build something and stay so long that they kill what they build.
How you gonna kill what you build when you preaching the word of the Lord? I thought the Lord was supposed to be his savior. It sounds like he using Diddy as an example. And when you doing wrong, you can only stay on top for so long. Then he gonna give the church to his daughter and her husband. Now the church members gonna be taking a deeper look into what she got going on. How come his sons couldn't take over the congregation? And I ain't make this video to bash T.D. Jakes because I love T.D. Jakes. He was there for me when I was going through some dark times. I read the Potter's House books. I listened to his sermons when I was down and out. Why he decided to step away from the church right before the Diddy trial started. People need T.D. Jakes. His daughter ain't 5'11" with a pot belly. She can't do the same type of delivery that brought all them people into his church worldwide. How's she gonna carry that load? And why would he want to put that load on his daughter's back? He figures since she a female in the times we living in, she can't do no wrong. And maybe he right about that. But if these rumors are true and he about to testify against Diddy, his daughter leading the church only gonna make things worse.
His daughter and son-in-law moved to Dallas during the pandemic and have increased their roles in the church operations over the years.
And I know you guys are so tired. You had a heart attack on stage and still asked for the microphone so that they would be okay over you. I know what this cost.
We will see fruit unlike anything we have ever seen before. So thank you.
In nearly 30 years at the helm, Jakes has presided over services that reached tens of thousands in person and online. He served as an advisor to multiple presidents and was a featured speaker at the inauguration of President Barack Obama. The church's ministry launched wide-ranging programs that span the globe, from health and financial initiatives for underserved communities to offender reentry assistance. Jakes told his members they will still see him, but it was time to take a step back.
This like going to a restaurant all your life and the chef ain't in there no more. You know J-Bo was back there hooking up them greens. The food don't even taste the same when he ain't there. People know what days he gonna be there, and that's when they get the most service. Then to come to find out he ain't gonna be there no more. People just gonna stop showing up. People not gonna be listening, especially with all this scandal going on around the church. Don't nobody care nothing about his daughter or her husband. We want to know what's going on with TD Jakes. He need to address this thing head on. Let the public know that he has sinned, if that's the case. That way he can get some redemption in all of this. They trying to sweep it under the rug like we not suspicious of what's really happening. Now, if he really about to be testifying against Diddy like they say he about to, he might as well close the doors at the church. I understand they don't build up a whole legacy and they trying to hold on to whatever it is they got, but now's the time for them to finally let it go. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing but another church TKO. Let it go, baby. Make a brother say, ooh, da-dum, doo-dum, doo-dum.
Teddy Pendergrass, baby.
There's some ways that I want to prepare us for the days ahead that I can't do it completely from the pulpit. Every now and then I think they'll let me preach, but there's some work in the vineyard that needs to be done.
New pastors will not immediately take over. There will be a transition period. Jakes will keep his role as chair of the TD Jakes Group and Foundation. Casey.
All right. Well, Stephen Dial live for us tonight. Stephen, thanks for being here.
I don't see why TD Jakes just can't come forward and let everybody know that he was wrong. That's what Diddy did. He put out a video and said, hey, you got me. I'm guilty. I was down bad. I needed prayer. That's why I called TD Jakes. I went to TD Jakes for prayer. He wound up joining the freak off. That's when I was really lost. I need Jesus. Couldn't find him with TD Jakes. Why don't TD Jakes come out and let everybody know that he got weak in the knees? Hell, he's 70-something years old. He weak in the knees, weak in the elbows, weak in the head, weak in the neck. He an old man. He wanted some booty. Tyler Perry put hands on him. He ejaculated in front of the whole crowd. We wouldn't be surprised if he like men's or boys or whatever the case is. It's 2025. That type of thing is normal. He could keep his church. All they got to do is make the seats pink, make everything purple. People will still go. He like to wear them tight clothes. Keep wearing the tight clothes. Let the taco meat out. Be yourself, TD Jakes. You ain't got to go nowhere. Hell, ain't nobody perfect. Everybody got sins, especially when you got money like that. I say he need to just be zesty or whatever the case is and keep his church. Can't nobody throw no stones. Everybody out here zesty, watching these shows on Netflix, listening to this music, eating this slutty food, slutty vegan. Ain't nobody holy. If Diddy could come out and apologize like this here, TD Jakes can do the same thing.
It's so difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life. But sometimes you gotta do that. I was f***ed up. I hit rock bottom. But I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now. I went and I sought out professional help. I had to go into therapy, and go into rehab. I had to ask God for his mercy and grace. I'm so sorry. But I'm committed to be a better man each and every day. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm truly sorry.
To TD Jakes' credit, a lot of
You sorry you got caught, my guy. That's all you sorry for. You got caught.
people don't know what they getting into when they go to these Hollywood parties, especially them Diddy parties. They thought they was gonna be around a bunch of rappers and they gonna be too tough to be with some freaky stuff. But when they get to these parties and they see their favorite rappers being zesty, they think that's the cool thing to do. And
Y'all know that's Photoshop. That's Photoshop big time. Look at his hand. The hand look all crooked and backwards. What happened to the hand?
you gotta get in where you fit in. If you there and you with all the celebrities and If what they doing is cool, you want to be cool too. Even if you disagree with it, some people just go along with it just so they could build relationships so they won't feel like the outcast in the group. TD Jakes went to the next level. Allegedly, they started calling him the power bottom because he wasn't going to let them punks out-punk him. Whatever they was doing, TD Jakes was going to overdo it to let them boys know that he the alpha male. If they smoking weed, he going to smoke 2 blunts. If they drinking, he going to drink a whole keg. If they being zesty, he going to be the power bottom. That's the way he was made. He the boss in every arena that he ever been in. When it come to preaching, he got a mega church. He a mega pastor. He ain't no regular pastor asking people for change. He got ATMs in his church. He always do it big. Now, I ain't saying these rumors are true, that he was a super freak at a Diddy party, but if he was, he wouldn't be the only one.
My friend said to me, rappers, they're all so tough until you hear their real name.
Yeah, or until you see them at a puffy party.
Oh.
Then they're not tough no more. I'm surprised that the rap game is still alive because the masculinity that the rappers are supposed to portray.
What is it with all the man-on-man action that I'm learning about? I mean, like with the puffy parties, like the last thing I ever thought that went on there was gay stuff. Not that gay stuff was wrong. It's wonderful. I just did not think that's what Puffy was doing.
Yeah, well, I didn't think it either. And even when my assistant said that stuff, I still was like joking it off. And it wasn't until later on that I heard other things from people that worked from him. You know, you remember that back in the times of they had a thing called breaking the buck, where they would take not to go in a bad place, but this is how I see what's happening, the parallels with what's happening correlates what's happening in the business. If they, back in the times, if they had like some 12-year-old that was just full of himself and confident and, wasn't listening, they would tie him to a log or a barrel, and a bunch of the overseers would rape him. To where when he walked around with the slaves now, he didn't have the confidence.
Sure.
He was broken. And it was called breaking the buck.
Wow.
And that's still taking place. And so to hear that people in the industry are still making young rappers who have fought the worst of circumstances, being disenfranchised, being discounted, and then they finally like, I'm gonna put it into the music. I'm gonna do it in the music. I'm gonna, and get myself together. And they go and see someone, and they tell them, okay, yeah, you can have a deal. Perform on me, and you get your deal. That was what I heard while I was on Empire about some of the people in the business. And Petey Pablo, you remember Petey Pablo?
I know who that is.
Petey Pablo, talented writer, singer. Him and Young Buck wrote a song called His Own. And in that song, back in about 2011 or 29 or something, because he called out all of the taking place at those parties and those people, he was kicked out of the music business. No radio station would play his stuff. So you look for Petey Pablo, he's not around anymore. But that song, Oh It's On, they did not care. They went all in on it.
See, it be them pool parties and things that be getting people in trouble. Not that long ago, comedian Corey Holcomb and Darnell Rawlins went at it because Corey let everybody know that Darnell be at them freaky pool parties, and Darnell, trying to save his reputation, they was getting ready to fight at the comedy club due to allegations about them having man-on-man action. And that's enough pressure to make somebody quit doing comedy. And for TD Jakes, all this pressure, how he gonna be on the pulpit when there's people in his congregation that know everything that happened? We may not know, but there's people out there that know, because he know people that got money, people that got power, and information can be bought. We can't afford the information. We gotta wait for somebody to make some allegations and take that as information. But it's people out there that know blow by blow details. And you got comedians joking about this type of thing, but the truth is, ain't nothing funny.
Nobody agree? So I'm wrong. Okay, I can be wrong. I'm talking about, but we at the what is this called? This is the Laugh Factory. We was at the Savoy, you wouldn't be able to be up here that long. The niggas be like, get your down, nigga.
I came up in the hardest rooms in Brooklyn. And you ain't never with your room.
You just yelling.
Because I don't have a mic. I can talk to you straight up. You want to talk about it? You saying I'm mild. You saying I ain't come through the streets or the gutters and straight bull. And if you want to ask somebody, ask them. Okay, all right. Listen. This be fair. Fair conversation. No. Let's be fair. Let's be fair and real. You say you keep it 100. Know how I get down.
How?
32. I rip.
You rip lights?
I rip. You ask any ever see me bomb. Anybody. And you ask anybody that don't know me, I keep it gangster.
I don't say you
No,
bomb.
you trying to say I'm a bum. I ain't no bum.
No, I didn't say
and that saw.
Your comedy is mild. It's mild.
What the hell? What happened, cousin?
Why don't y'all just have a battle, man, a standoff, a slam battle or some shit?
I suggested that.
Oh, you called him out? She was big.
So let me ask you a question.
I know you ain't scared of shit between a nigga legs at a swimming pool.
Yo, come on, man, with that shit.
Hey, man, he was sitting between the nigga legs at the pool.
Don't get no peace treaty on this. Fall gone.
No, y'all got to get piece it up, man.
You said I'll kick his all that type. And it wasn't never none of that.
I would, but I'm saying like I ain't that type of guy.
I know, and I would fight back.
Have you ever been penetrated or penetrated a man?
Whoa. What are you talking about? What you
you know what? The thing is, Corey.
Oh, brother.
You can't dodge this question, because y'all guys don't never answer this question.
No, sir. Have you?
Wallow gave a little in jail.
I ain't mad at you, man.
Closed abortion clinics down and got this stuff together, had some morals and some respect to himself, you wouldn't have a show.
Hey man, you can't be respectful when you want to be respectful and then be this asshole who talking crazy to me while I'm on stage. Come on, man.
I understand that part.
No. How about this? When men disrespect each other, they fight or kill each other. That's why we don't disrespect each other, especially like that.
But I don't get grimy though, Corey.
But no, you can't disrespect people. And then you was lying. You was lying about you, dog.
You are funny off the misery and the trauma of this. Nobody wants to hear that you talking about. If it wasn't daddy issues, you wouldn't have a show, nigga.
Remind me of a brawl. You just say something, and then when somebody say, "What did he say?" You be like, "I don't know. He said something."
You know what you remind me of? You remind me of a bit of.
The BB.
He remind you of a BB, a bit of a triple B, a big bitter, a big bit crazy, man. Y'all got to stop this.
You like an old stripper.
That's a good one.
You a swimming pool opener, dog. You like the little preacher that just started out. They let him go up there and say something for the main preacher go up there who going home with the money. Hey, man, if I done went to the pool party, I'll be rich, dog. That's all I'm saying, man. Yo, ass was out there, dog. Remind me of a brawl. You just say something, and then when somebody say, "What did he say?" You be like, "I don't know. He said something, though."
Listen,
get your ass back. But sometimes people just let you open.
Y'all crazy.
We don't get a stripper pole for you, Corey, and just relive your past.
Okay.
You was running around. You was Chippendale, huh?
If you had on a tuxedo, you would look better in a jogging suit. It looked like you supposed to have on the jogging suit. If you had on a tuxedo, the police would be like, "The f- you up to?"
Nigga, I ain't never gonna say I was pretty. What I'm saying is, tell me who fine.
I don't know fine niggas like you. You sit at the pool between their legs.
Who's good looking?
Okay, there you go. Yeah.
You wait, say somebody.
You got some niggas that's good looking to you.
I know some handsome gentlemen. Hey, boy, I'm about to send you some swimming trunks to try to get to the end of this, dog. I'm sending you pool wear from now on.
This nigga's crazy.
What does Donnell Rollins have to be jealous of Corey Holcomb for?
I'm just trying to say that.
I got hair. They ganging up on me. Ain't none of these got no hair. I got 3
Yeah, they do. I do hate. I don't like people with hair.
Y'all want to know what the problem really is? The problem really is older people messing with younger people, especially older people that got money. Shannon Sharp in the news right now for messing with a girl that's old enough to be his daughter. He a millionaire. She ain't got nothing to lose. She got her whole future ahead of her, and all she thinking about is spending that old man's money. Diddy was messing with Cassie and had no business with her. She was his children's age. He could have had him a grown woman that's about some grown business. Cassie sued him for basically all of his money. He was messing with Young Miami. He was taking her shopping. She was spending all of his money. So it all boils down to older men messing with younger people. There's allegations about TD Jakes being involved with younger men. Now, I don't believe none of them rumors, but they out there. And it's not just the men. There's women out here involved with younger boys. Tracy Ellis Ross came out not that long ago, letting the world know that she a cougar. And did y'all hear about Lil Kim and her boyfriend that was signed to her record label? He had a baby on her. Now it's all types of drama. So it ain't just TD Jakes. Y'all need to listen at this.
Lil Kim is shaking and all her tea is being spilled. So Lil Kim's young boo / artist / YN is now coming in spilling all of her tea. His name is Tay Brown, and he's been rapping under Lil Kim's label for about 1.5 years now. Well, he's coming out and saying that Lil Kim has now canceled his contract, unbeknownst to him, all because he had a baby. There's a lot to the story, even a video. Let's talk about it. This is Lil Kim's boyfriend / her artist, Tay Brown. He is 25 years old to where Lil Kim is in her 50s. Now, Kim looks amazing. I love Lil Kim. I don't want to disrespect a legend, but it's a trend going on right now. It's not just the Shannon Sharp dating the 19.
What is you saying, lady? Kim done had facial, what y'all call it, when the doctor had a nose done looking like Michael Jackson. Talking about she looked good. Wait a minute, man. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Lil Kim was looking good when Biggie was alive. Then all of a sudden you getting all these plastic surgery looking terrible. You look fake. Don't even look like the Lil Kim I knew. I was in love with Lil Kim and the Queen Bee. Only female in my crew. Come on,
video,
man.
Let's talk about it. This is Lil Kim's boyfriend / her artist, Tay Brown. He is 25 years old to where Lil Kim is in her 50s. Now, Kim looks amazing. I love Lil Kim. I don't want to disrespect a legend, but it's a trend going on right now. It's not just the Shannon Sharps dating the 19-year-olds or the Diddy's getting Cassie fresh out of college. It's now the grown women that are dating these YNs. You got Drea, you got Anthony Edwards, baby mamas, and the girlfriend that he claims. Everybody's in his 30s and he's like 23. So the older ladies are out here snatching up these young guys, and the younger guys are out here taking these older women serious. Well, it looks as though he was not as serious as he played it to Kim, because he now had a baby. Now, if I'm going to be honest, in all the clips that I found, it didn't seem as though he was as interested as he played it to be. It definitely was a sugar baby situation. They were on this plane and she was doing a little childish game of she threw a stuffed animal at him and he chucked it across the room. Even his face in these Gucci glasses, this was like the moment that they did that. He was so annoyed. I knew that he was just like a sugar baby. Somebody else like, God, I can't stand my sugar daddy, but I'm going to give him a kiss today. You know what I mean? Because I'm young and supple and they're trying to steal my young energy. Let's just be honest. Now, what's interesting about this situation to me is I think that that young man really favors her baby daddy. I think that that became Kim's type and she's been looking for it ever since. She just found it in a young man, somebody she could probably, or she thought she could, control better. Because if you look at him here, and above is the video that they did together that's posted on Lil Kim's page. But then you look back at her baby dad. Tell me that's not the uncle and the nephew. That's exactly what that gives me. I'm like, they need to check something because the 23andMe says you are at least the cousin. Well, he's not featuring Kim anymore. He said he did not listen to his lawyer. He signed some bad contracts that was going to make his company 65% hers, even if he blew. So, it was a bad deal to begin with, but now she's not releasing any of his music. I'm going to let him tell his story. Let's watch this recording.
My phone talking about don't do this. Y'all is weird, bro. And all your business partners, all the over here, you talk all the time talking about I'm the problem, I'm the bad investment, all this shit, because I wasn't popping at the time. But I was the one that believed in what you wanted to do. Like, I was the one that was backing your whole vision, bro. All these you listening to was just trying to milk you. Talking about communication, bro. What communication was with me, bro? What communication was with me? Nobody communicated with me. Don't give a about me. Out of here.
Now get ready to pause the video.
I'm not the type of do this, bro.
Of the
cross the bro.
That they work
across
with.
All I've ever tried to do was feed my people,
so make
bro.
sure you pause
all I ever tried to do is feed my people and put music out for the world. That's my whole passion. That's all I cared about ever in my whole life, bro. I'm pissed, bro. She signed me some wrong that she didn't like that had nothing to do with the music. I never disrespected her. No way in terms of business. I signed the contract. My lawyer told me not to sign the contract. I still signed the contract because I trusted her.
Dummy.
And I was like,
your lawyer said no. Why have a lawyer?
Went wrong. She stopped communicating with me, and then a couple months later, I'm like, okay, well, it ain't gonna stop me from dropping music. I'm an artist. I want to drop music, and then no communication. Now she want to take my music down, bro. Yeah. All she had to do was reach out to me, be like, yo, you shouldn't be dropping music, and then I get my lawyer and we figure out how to end the contract. I didn't give a. He had 65% of my. Care? That's fine. If I one day and I had to order some money, I don't care. I give it to her. I got nothing but love for Shorty.
That's it. That I do to anybody, bro. In real life, what we talking about? How is you minding your business, bro? I'm your artist. How do you mind your business, bro? What does that even mean, man? What does that mean? You tell me what we doing. All I'm doing is making music. I'm just making music. What does that even mean? Wait to hit her up about what? Mom, you talking about a grown?
You know what? That ain't nothing but a shame. It's a lot of older people in entertainment getting exposed, and they gonna have to retire like TD Jakes did. Lil Kim ain't got no business with no record label. What they gonna be rapping about? Wearing diapers and things? She's an old woman. She need to retire. Kanye West just came out, spilled all his beans. He let the whole world know that he was going down on his own cousin all the way up until he was 14 years old. Ain't nobody asking for this information that he volunteered, but that's letting the world know that these demons getting exposed. I don't know what Cat Williams got going on, but he said it was going to happen, and it's happening every day. But if TD Jakes get up there and testify against Diddy and have to admit under oath, put his hand on the Bible and testify against this man, it's going to be people like Cameron coming out speaking about him the same way he came out speaking about Kanye West.
Kanye been in the public eye for at least going on 20 years, if not longer. Maybe 22, 23 years, maybe, if I'm not mistaken. And now you gay or had gay acts or whatever the point be, working. Everything he got going on ain't seem to have been working. He had swastikas. He's Hitler last month, wasn't he? Hitler? And then he was a KKK nigga about 3 weeks ago. Now he molested his cousin and he gonna do a song about it. It's just too convenient. See, and you know, I've been around him years. Maybe like 3 years ago, I seen him for about an hour or two. But he's a regular guy that wanted to rap and did hot beats and so on and so forth. And he figured out a lane for himself. He started with snatching paparazzi on his pictures, got around the right business that made his celebrity grow and made their celebrity grow too. And, you know, I remember Dame talking about Cam, you know, he's bipolar, he don't be taking his medicine. I never knew this. I'm not saying he is, and I'm not playing with people who are bipolar, I get it. I just never seen none of it. I've been around Kanye for a long time ago. I just didn't see a murder. Is that still your son? This is true. What I will say is this. I lived in Chicago for about 5 years. Shout out to the West Side, K-Town, all my niggas on the South Side, the Hunnits and everything. Everybody know I stayed up in Chicago for about a good 4 or 5 years. And Chicago is one of the best towns, best cities. I love Chicago because I got New York vibes, but it was super duper violence. Don't get that. The women were more cool. Like, it wasn't New York, like, you know, New York girls are a little rough or whatever. And I'm not saying nothing about the city of Chicago, but two of the biggest superstars ever. There's some molestation, nasty, peeing on bitch. It's a lot of going on with two of the biggest superstars ever, not just from Chicago, ever in music history, where some personal nasty going on. I don't know what was going on up there like that. This is before I got there, obviously, but y'all putting a stain on a good city, man. Y'all need to cut this, baby.
Run around my shoes like they the Jordans, and it still be that high school shit where a nigga like Cam or somebody, or like Cam, C-A-M, will like tell me that I'm smearing Chicago, nigga. Fuck yeah, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never, you niggas talk about how niggas can't kill nobody, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, give me my crackhead shit. Cause that's how I feel, nigga. This is not politically correct. Now don't tell me nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, nigga, f that. No, nigga, f that. And nigga, you know what I'm saying? 50 Cent, I love 50 Cent. I love what he doing over here. I don't want, you know what I'm saying? Don't go against God, nigga. You know, I be seeing homeless people. I was like, these niggas probably like gods, bro. They like, we ain't having that. This nigga just like, I'd rather grab a cardboard box than to deal with. It's like this nigga trying to tell me some, and that's the whole Cousins. It's like a final breakthrough of all this tough guy. Like, it's my version. I'm like the internet version of like some school shooter, like type, like who the bully for real? Who got bullied for real? Is it Pink Polo, nigga? You know what I'm saying? Like when Jim Jones didn't give me the PDF. It's like, nigga, I knew you was getting the $2 million for the meeting that I was taking, and I could have bailed on it. I went and took the meeting anyway, and you still ain't sent a PDF. So it showed you was looking at me like I half some shit. Like, niggas is really mad. You know what niggas be really mad is when you actually give them something. Because they don't want to actually receive something, they want to take it from you. But if you give it to them, it really make them feel bad. Like, and then the blessings are bestowed as I bestow grace on these niggas. When we say watch the throne, it's only one throne, it's only one king. And we know who the king is, obviously. Who y'all watching? Who y'all care about? You know what I'm saying? And these niggas couldn't even. And the other thing is Cam, 50, anybody, even like Ferg. I got love for all of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Why y'all niggas won't mention happening with my children though? Mm-hmm. Because culturally, y'all speak up, it's gonna make a difference. But niggas wanna be like, oh, we understand Ye now because of the cut the song. How about the fact that in real life, Twigs can send my daughter a treatment be in a video and I don't see it, right? And now, I always thought the two niggas that I never feel like ever having to go back and forth with in media is 50 Cent and Cam. I was like, them is the two niggas is like just as crazy as me, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like when 50 Cent got Rick Ross' baby mama to go porn shit, like all that shit. I was like, damn. Them niggas is like, I don't even feel like it, bro. I'm gonna say it because it's gonna piss them off. I got bigger fish to fry, bro. And to be going back and forth. So if they can get in my head, if Cam can get in my head and get me like, nigga, then he won. So matter of fact, you know what, Cam? I love you. Because I do love Cam. You know what I'm saying? You niggas' headlines is pushing back. The violent, you know. Y'all niggas say, all right, sir. You know. No, I love that nigga though. Cause when you're in high school, right, nigga, whatever, it's jokes. Nigga, like I said, graduation drop, that's the day 50 Cent became 25 cents. You know what I mean? It's jokes though, nigga. It's love, right? We cracking jokes, right? Ha 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 ha. Who laughing to the bank though? Oh, no, let me give him my correct.
I'm afraid that if something really happened to TD Jakes, the black community gonna do him just like Kevin Samuels. And he know that. That's the reason why he leaving the church to his daughter. He know it ain't no love out here. These rappers exposing themselves left and right, trying to live their truth. But he would rather leave his church instead of living his truth. Rest in peace to Kevin Samuels. He was trying to let the world know that people ain't right out there. And there's a lot of good men out here that would be with the ladies if the ladies wasn't so harsh towards the men. Kevin Samuels was trying to put people on notice. The reason why you got so many zesty people out here is because they ain't got no good quality options to choose from when it comes to the ladies. That's how he felt. I don't feel like that. I feel like life is what you make it. If you think negative things about people, you're going to attract those negative people into your life. There's plenty of good women of color out there, but men so fixated on the negative, so attracted to the ratchet, that's all they seem to attract. Me, I like a good, humble, wholesome woman that respects herself, and not only herself, but have the ability to respect other people. But if something happened to TD Jakes, I know for a fact it's going to be a bunch of women talking about that's what he get. He shouldn't have been zesty. They going to do him the same way these women did Kevin Samuels.
To me, it was a shock jock. And, you know, I hope this is teaching folks a lesson about the karma that you put out, the negativity that you put out in the world, that when karma comes knocking at your door, she might not be so kind. So, you know, the fact that he killed over real quick and was supposedly with a woman that we don't yet know the nationality, rest in peace.
But I agree with Vivica. I think that sometimes when you are trying to help, it got to come in a kind of way, because we're your kind. We are your type, meaning we're Black. You know what I mean? And we are family. You know what I mean? So when you talk to us, because we as a race have been through so much, and you know, it's almost like talking to us like this does not help us.
I think just because someone passes on, it doesn't mean we just, now we can't say anything negative or honest about you. That's okay, you died. Guess what? Every single person in all these squares and everybody watching is going to die. So we can't be held accountable for the things that we said while we were alive. Listen, I think he has some very valid points. I think people are very unrealistic about relationships. I think a lot of women and a lot of men are. It's not a woman thing and it's not a man thing. But he just so happened to pop when he started coming for Black women, because he did start off being negative towards Black men, and people weren't really trying to hear that. Brothers weren't trying to hear about themselves, but what they were trying to hear about was how it's the women's fault. Interesting. So then he blew up, and then our dumbasses went and supported him. I think there is a place for people like Kevin Samuels to say, listen, you're being unrealistic. You have nothing you're bringing to the table, and you want this high value man, although Kevin Samuels himself was not a high value man.
Why she call you a scammer, but she hit you up? She just bought a house. She just bought a house not too long ago.
But she had property here in LA that she was renting. So the girls would hit me up and be like, hey, David, I need this done. I need this type of paperwork done. And, you know, I'm all for helping the girls who got bad credit or got criminal convictions or whatever they got going on, get housing.
So what did you do for Scratchy Cat?
Baby, I did some bank statements. It was right in this video, in this picture. We had met up, and Annie right there, and that's Tamar, and that's Claudia.
What you put on the bank statement? What you took her from a what to a what? What you made it look like she made?
I made her look like she had a couple of $100,000s in her bank account. And I hit her up on Instagram. I was like, girl, all that you talking, you act like you don't remember what you asked me to do for you. Them bank statements I did so you can qualify for those apartments when you first got on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. That apartment in the high rise. And you know, that's Kenya homegirl and everything. But baby, don't sit there and throw stones in glass houses, baby.
Lord, I sure hope they don't do TD Jakes like that. Then to come to find out, the main women bashing on these successful brothers ain't got $1 to their name. Why would they want to do that to a man that just speaking his opinion? And in TD Jakes' case, people making it seem like he did the worst thing in life by taking photos with Diddy. Before the allegations, before anybody suspected anything negative about Diddy, TD Jakes did take pictures with him. They did spend time with each other. And TD was confused like, why y'all mad at me? Because y'all saw me taking photos with a successful black man. He let his church know about it. He heard the murmurings and the people speaking on him in a negative way. And he addressed them at the time. He figured people had enough sense to understand where he was coming from. But now that he's stepping down from his church, right before the Diddy trial, the pressure is getting deeper and deeper for him. But I do commend him for addressing it back when he did. But you know what? The damage was already done.
Get something, and that's why don't say. That's why people get on my nerves talking about who you should be seen with. I do homeless shelters. I walk in prison ministries. I deal with murderers. I deal with rapists and killers because they're our children, our sons and our daughters. Hallelujah. I never have to justify stooping low. See, they put you in a situation where you can't win. If you hang out with the rich folk, you're snooty. If you stoop down low and get somebody in trouble, you had no business. So I'm supposed to sit at home and do nothing. I went in the prisons. I ministered to the inmates. I've had 40,000 people to go through our Texas Offenders Reentry Initiative and get jobs and be respectable and stand up on their feet. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I don't have time to play games. I don't have time for foolishness. I don't have time.
Y'all need to let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section. Do people need to get off of TD Jakes' back? I wish y'all would. That way he can get back to preaching the word. His personal life ain't got nothing to do with that Bible. Never have, never will. He had things going on before Diddy was even born. This whole time he been preaching. He had a personal life. He done some things, been to some parties, been around some people, indulged in some things. He's only human. Y'all make it seem like ever since Diddy got in trouble, that's when TD Jakes started acting up. That's when he decided to be a bad boy because he was hanging around the bad boys. Come on, y'all. Let's be real. Let that man live. TD, if you listening, don't get that girl your church. Ain't nobody gonna go. I know I ain't gonna be listening. I'll probably tune in and see how bad it is. It ain't like this. Whoever her husband is gonna be the LeBron James of preaching. TD Jakes, the Michael Jordan of preaching. But you know what? The public don't broke his spirit. Society don't broke his spirit. It ain't no place where a man could feel dominant no more. He dominated that church back in the day and everybody was okay with it. Now he get up there. He trying to appease the people. He all flimsy, wearing tight clothes, trying to fit in with the new world. Back in the day, Steve Harvey used to send them suits to TD Jakes and he get up there with that rag and be sweating masculinity all over the congregation. Wasn't nobody complaining about it. They loved him when he was a manly man up there preaching and screaming and growling at them women. They love that stuff back in the day. Now women get offended when a man show too much masculinity. When he come out there being a brute, people feel like they've been brutalized. They go home and cry about it. Don't even want to go back to the church because it's a man in the pulpit. Y'all too soft out there, TD Jakes. Don't go nowhere, brother. Hit the gym. Do like Eddie Long did. Get real buff. Put on some tight shirts. Let that breast meat pop out on them people. All them haters, man, let them see them titties jiggling up there, TD. Don't go nowhere, man. That woman gonna ruin your church. And her husband, he's zesty. He gonna have allegations about him soon. Then the church really gonna shut down. We don't know what that man got going on. What he be looking at on his computer. Don't go, TD. My advice is to stay put. We need you, brother. You ain't that old. Hell, he could get up there and tell everybody he leaving. He need to get up there and tell everybody he's staying. But he allegedly supposed to be testifying against Diddy. So once he do that, ain't no way he gonna be able to get back on that pulpit and say nothing about the Lord when he gonna be in them courtrooms telling everybody about how he was spending time with the devil. Oh man, I guess we might as well forget about it. That's the end of TD Jakes, y'all. How y'all feel about that? Social media, it's y'all fault. TD Jakes stepped down from the church. He a grown man. Like I said, he should be able to do whatever he want to do. He can afford it. It ain't gonna cost you a dime. He got millions of dollars to do whatever it is he want to do. And I ain't saying that he need to be a heathen, but y'all tell me who's perfect. Ain't nobody perfect. You ain't perfect. I'm talking to you getting ready to leave a comment. You ain't no better than TD Jakes. You done did some things that you very ashamed of. And if you ain't ashamed, that make you even more of a demon. Matter of fact, I'm about to get out of here. I love y'all to death. Let me know how y'all feel about this in the comment section, man. I'ma holler at y'all on my next video. Lord have mercy. And one more thing before I go. Subscribe to my channel if that's what you want.
Subscribe to my channel if that's what you want. But if that's not what you like, then you must be a punk. Hold on now, here we go. Who is this girl? She got that junk in her trunk. Baby girl, back it up, poke out your rump. It's SAT that you want, and my music hit so hard, make you say, oh my God.
Hey, check it out, man. To each his own, man. Everybody likes everything that they like. TD Jakes stepping down. Yeah, whatever you built, bro. Your daughter and I mean, unless they come in, they gotta come with their own style. I don't know, man. The people, just like my man said, I think the people want to see you. They don't want to see the husband. I don't know too much about him, man. I don't know if they can carry on what it is you've been doing and everything. But it's interesting because I didn't know that much about Lil Kim. Had a record label, had the little guy on the, and Lil Kim is dating some guy that's 25 years younger than her. I didn't know that. So it must be a lot of this young dating stuff. No wonder why they didn't say Uncle Mike done did some stuff he ain't had no business doing, which I didn't, man. I can't go out in public or behind closed doors. And I got, my friends have kids. I got a nephew, man, that's my kids that I should have helped raise is in their 30s now. Does that make sense? So I can't be, once upon a time, change your diapers and help you grow up and then start dating your peers. They 30 and 35 years old. I just turned 59 today. I can't see that in my mind. My mind doesn't function on like, God dang, she's sexy as I don't know what. And she's 35, right? And oh, I want to get with her. She is the same age as of the people I helped raise. Does that make sense? I'm trying to figure this thing out. Anyway, hey, my man, I didn't hit my man up real quick. That's bull, man. TD Jakes, be real with yourself, man. If you got demons in your life and you think they demons because you like men, or you like younger people that's younger than you, or even if you like older people. Anyway, dude, y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Y'all take it light, take it slow. Tell them Uncle Mike told you so. Let me know you are ender, meaning that you made it to the end of this video. You made it to the end. Hey, shout out to you for being an ender. You made it to the end of this video. You hear my voice right now. Say happy birthday to Uncle Mike. Peace out.